Support for KVAQ-TV comes from the Student Government Association at UTRGV. The SGA invites the student body to vote from February 28th through March 2nd on constitutional amendments. Ballots will be sent via UTRGV email with the subject SGA Constitutional Amendments Vote Now. More information is available at utrgv.edu/SGA under the SGA Elections tab. Students can also email sga@utrgv.edu.
Coming up, a Valley Airport reports an increase in travel. Those details ahead. Plus, the UTRGV Student Government Association aims for changes to the Constitution. And a new exhibit made entirely of recycled material. A look at those sculptures later. KVAQ-TV starts now. Hey Vaqueros, welcome back to this semester's 7th spring edition of KVAQ-TV. I'm Jessica Maya, and at the top of the hour, more travelers are flying to and out of the valley. The McAllen International Airport reports a 2% increase in air travel since 2019. Amada Valdominos is at the McAllen International Airport. Amada, when did this increase in travel start?
Jessica, the airport first noticed this peak in travel in early 2021, with almost 850,000 passengers boarding.
Packed luggages and tons of traveling. Mayor of the city of McAllen, Javier Villalobos, says despite having to face challenges since the pandemic, the airport has had a great turnout in 2021, setting a new record for the number of people traveling through.
Our airport was awarded more than $27.6 million in federal funds. Now, this important investment on our airport in partnership with airlines helped McAllen outperform its pre-COVID record.
Deputy Director of Aviation for McAllen International Airport, Jeremy Santos-Goy, says in addition to having a great year, more travel destinations have been added.
We added new destinations. We added Nashville. We added Monterrey. We added Guadalajara, an extended service to Aguascalientes, to San Luis Potosí, and to Puerto Vallarta.
Santos-Goy adds despite the increase in travel, the airport is fully staffed and prepared to handle the surge. Reporting for KVAQ-TV in McAllen, Amada Valdominos.
The UTRGV Student Government Association hosted a town hall meeting last Tuesday about the new changes in the Constitution. As the university has expanded throughout the Rio Grande Valley, SGA is removing location-based requirements. That rule only permitted students to apply for positions if taking classes on the campus applied for. This new requirement will allow students to apply at any location. Some of the new changes to be added with the vote. The vice president now must have at least 6 credit hours at the location they would like to represent at the time of the application.
4 undergraduate students per academic college shall be elected by the undergraduate students enrolled in the respective academic colleges. Which changes from at least 1 senator must be from a different location. Graduate senators or graduate students representing the graduate college shall be elected by the graduate students, and senator at large positions. So 8 undergraduate or graduate students shall be elected by the students.
Voting will kick off today, February 28th till Wednesday, March 2nd. If amendments are passed, the changes would take effect with the 2022 to 2023 SGA election and the term of office that starts on May 2nd. The UTRGV Food Pantry is trying a new way for contactless delivery. Lockers. Karen, how does this work?
It's as easy as putting the food in the locker, locking it, then waiting for students to pick up their order with a code. New lockers to store food, all to minimize contact. Thanks to a grant from HEB, 17 lockers were installed last month and were first used last Monday. Associate Dean for Student Rights and Responsibilities, Douglas Stove, says students can go to the Food Pantry website and fill out an order form for the Edinburgh or Brownsville campus.
We basically put them in the locker. We send you an email, and in that email would be the code. And so you just go up to there's a little kiosk there. You just enter the information on the kiosk and take your food and go.
The UTRGV Student Food Pantry is part of the food bank of the Rio Grande Valley. Its funding is possible through year-round charitable fundraising events and donations. Food pantry employee Fernanda Garza mentions that these lockers are a good alternative for students who may feel embarrassed using these services.
The lockers provide complete anonymity. You just go put in your code and you get it and nobody has to see you.
The UTRGV Food Pantry is available to all students at both campuses. You can visit the Cavalier Hall in Brownsville and the University Center in Edinburgh. Stokes mentions that anyone who wants to donate to the food pantry can do so in the yellow bins on both campuses. If you want to volunteer or coordinate a food drive, you can email foodpantry@utrgv.edu. Reporting for KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Karen Lucero.
It's that time of the year again. Many Brownsville locals gather to celebrate a yearly tradition, Charro Days. This year marks the first in-person charreada since 2020. Our reporter Leslie Willard is on site with more.
Charreada is an annual event that first started in 2016 as a UTRGV tradition to celebrate Charro Days. The community-based festival has many Mexican-inspired activities for students and community members. This year, the function was hosted by Campus Activity Board and Student Activities. We caught up with Campus Activity Board President Juan Castellanos to talk about the big Mexican fiesta.
We make sure that it's all about celebrating the sisterhood between the two cities, which are Brownsville and Matamoros, and we bring a lot of Mexican activities to campus. We kind of branched off and tried to make this, safe alternative for students who didn't want to go out.
Many came together to enjoy the event wearing handmade, local traditional Mexican attire. We asked a few students what inspired their outfits at this event.
I love green. I bought this shirt at the Pulga, so it's just been the shirt I bought the first year that I started Charro Days events, so that's what I wore today.
Well, I'm not a very colorful person myself, so I went to the flea market on Highway 77, and went through all the different booths looking for something that had gold.
This year's Charreada event was packed with enthusiastic students, many eager to show their Mexican spirit. A few students gathered to show us their best grito.
Yeah! 1, 2, 3. That was good.
UTRGV Campus Activities Board invites all students to check out upcoming activities on their Facebook page, including many more Hispanic heritage traditions they partake in throughout the year. Reporting for KVAQ-TV in Brownsville, Leslie Willard.
The International Museum of Art and Science will exhibit large-scale sculptures all made from recycled materials. Linda, what type of items are used to create these sculptures?
Jessica, this museum showcases many exhibits, including industrial nature, made from objects such as bottle caps, computer cables, and piano keys. Someone's trash is another person's treasure. Michelle Sitzline uses not-so-typical materials to show that trash can be beautiful too.
I pretty much like working with wood, metal, plastic, rubber, pretty much everything, because it really pulls in different colors and textures into the piece. Using all those different materials.
Stitzline has worked with this type of art for about 22 years, with every sculpture taking about 2 to 6 months to create. She wants to pull people in visually with her sculptures and hope they look at the beauty of the art and remember it before throwing things out of their garage. Stitzline says used materials have backstories, but adds a new story to it with every sculpture created.
This piece is from my moth series or butterfly series. And it is made with Ohio license plates all the way around the edge. These are bicycle tires. This is a banana bicycle seat, a whisk broom. These are all electrical wires.
Stitzline says she will use anything in her art and enjoys the challenge of figuring out how to put it all together. Director of Collections and Exhibitions Amelia Rose loves telling stories with objects and thought it was great to bring Stitzline and her art to Texas.
It looks totally different when you look at it from far away and then when you get closer. So you can see a whole picture when you're far away, but then when you get closer and closer, you can see what all the different items that she uses to make it. And sometimes you can answer some questions, but then you're like, hey, what is that?
Everyone is welcome to join Stitzline and participate in creating art with recycled materials. Collaborate with her and make sculptures for the museum to display. For more information on the events, visit theimasonline.org. The museum wants to remind the public that this exhibit will be open until August 21st. Reporting for KVAQ-TV in McAllen, Linda Chapman.
Some very artistic items there. Thank you, Linda. That's all we have for today. Make sure to watch us at noon every Monday on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can also tune into the Vaquero Radio on the Radio FX app. For KVAQ-TV, I'm Jessica Maya. Stay safe, Vaqueros.